Well, it's just after 8 a.m. and several businesses on one busy Vancouver street are already getting set to close for the day. Let's go live to Greg Harper, who is on South Cambie. Greg, what can you tell us?
Well, good morning, Mary. It's businesses along Cambie Street, which you see behind me here. So there's a big power outage planned on this busy street, 8 blocks between West 16th and King Edward Avenue. We're right by King Edward Avenue right now. Why is this taking place? Well, BC Hydro is working on that pole that you see there in this alleyway with the mirror on it. That pole is, I believe, 66 years old, and it needs to be dealt with. Maura Scott from BC Hydro now joins us. Thanks for coming out here so early to chat with us. What exactly is taking place here today?
Yeah, so we have a really important safety job that we need to complete today. It impacts about 400 customers in and around Cambie Street. The reason that we need to complete this job today is because we have to replace a 66-year-old pole that's at risk of failure.
Now, we've noticed a lot of signage on some of the businesses, and these businesses informing their customers that they will be closed, perhaps maybe opening later tonight. We've seen that as well. Hearing from the business community that perhaps, there's no dispute that this work needs to be done, but there's some businesses questioning the length of time.
Yeah, so our planners worked really carefully on this job. We do understand that it has an impact on businesses, and we apologize for the inconvenience. We did look at a couple of options if we could split up the job and have shorter outages. Unfortunately, with this one, it is like a small construction project. It does take about 8 hours to complete a pole replacement, and this particular pole is quite complicated. We call it a termination pole, so it has dozens of wires connected to it that need to be disconnected and then reconnected.
What led to the decision to do this now, like during the morning versus overnight, perhaps when the impact isn't as great?
Right, so this is a really complicated and tricky project for us. It does need to be done during daylight hours for the safety of our crews because it requires 360-degree lighting.
Okay, so this is from 8:30 this morning until 4:30 today?
That's correct.
Okay. All right, well, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so that's the latest here from BC Hydro. Mary, at Cambie Street, there will be a big power outage. This is affecting the east side of the street, a number of businesses, but the majority of people affected are residents, people who are living in condos and apartments along this busy stretch of road. Mary?
Okay, thank you so much for the info, Greg. We'll check in with you a little bit later. 8:09.